What's up, my beautiful ladies and respectful gents, and to all my beautiful people out there? Excuse me. Let's redo that. Good morning, my beautiful ladies and respectful gents, and to all my people. Oh, I'm not a morning person. Okay, take three. Good morning, my beautiful ladies and respectful gents, and to all my beautiful people out there. Them, they, her, him, and other. Bam! Got it. Okay, moving forward, it is your lovely gent, Ivo Tony, the comical SC. Messed it up, but it's okay. Um, what matters is the show must go on. Okay, so I have two things really to say. This is maybe a motivational speaks, maybe it's a vlog. I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it at this point. But I did have a initial, um, not really so much a topic, but like, anywho, I had two things that I wanted to lead with. One, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that on the case on the can't even talk. Wow, wow. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that on occasion would drive, wherever you're going, or wherever I'm going, and get a random wisdom thought, or just a random life thought, or just I call them, yeah, I call them sometimes we thoughts, because it's sometimes it's deep thoughts that you have that a lot of times I deem the kind of thoughts weed smokers would have. Shout out to all my 420 people out there. I don't smoke personally, but I do have a lot of associates and friends, few in specific, that actually are and do. But anywho, um, so I was driving. First, before I even say this, let me show y'all this weather outside. I don't know if you can see. It is foggy. That kind of weather I love. That and rainy weather on a dark and gloomy day or dark and gloomy morning. I just love it. Maybe it's the golf in me. I don't know. But anywho, so I was driving on my way to this little location I'm really waiting on. Oh shit. Today's Sunday, so the library's gonna be closed. Well, that's great. Mornings, I tell you. Mornings. I gotta work on that. Looking at the camera and not this angle. Or that direction. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, I was driving on my way to the library, and the moon for some reason is still out, and it's somewhere. It's not right here anymore. It was over here. It's probably hidden behind this fog. Anywho, I thought that was pretty cool. That the moon was still out in the daylight, and it was amongst the fog. And then I had this weird thought, and I was like, um, "Oh, that's cool. It's crows." Anywho, um, had this weird thought, and I thought to myself. At first, my first thought was, "Oh, it's a cool white circle amongst the fog." No, it's the moon, but it was just a cool. I had a title that just popped in my brain. That tends to happen when I have story ideas, whatnot, or just quotes, sayings, motivational speaks, or whatnot. Um, and I had this. My brain did that thing where it goes into this deep thinking process or deep thinking state, and I was like, okay, sometimes things are just what they are and nothing more. And sometimes they are more. Let me re-say that. Sometimes things are just what they are and nothing more. And sometimes they are. I see a white circle amongst the fog. Otherwise could be known as the moon. Some people may see it as a white fog, mystical or whatnot. Others may see it for what it is, the moon amongst the fog, waiting on the sun to rise. Sometimes we tend to blow certain things that are just normal, or just what they are, out of proportion, and tend to add to it and over exaggerate and just let our superstition and whatnot get the best of us. And then on those rare occasions where they are though that mistake and whatnot, we tend to underrate it or just not draw too much attention to it. And the ones that do, you know, cuckoo. And I say cuckoo because we and I say we're, so I fall into that category too. Um, are deemed borderline cuckoo because we spoke upon it. But sometimes in a lot of situations, certain things are just what they are. But then again, the perspectives for each for each individual is different. Some people, each person perceives something, that very same thing, differently based on their way of thinking, their experience. I would say someone's their experience, but their way of thinking, how they themselves perceive things. So same difference, but I see, of course, the moon amongst the fog. Other people may just see not even just the moon, a white mysterious circle amongst the fog. You know, so and I know that's silly or it sounds corny as hell, but the way I'm explaining it or the way I'm choosing to talk about it is a lot. I don't want to say dumbed down. Yeah, I need to show y'all these real quick. Hold on. These crows are really having a ravens, how do you want to say, are really having a field day in this water. Oh, it's a little baby. I don't know. Wow. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can see them. If y'all playing with these pebbles and rocks and playing in this little puddle, I thought that was neat. Not to get distracted or anything like that. But um, anywho, some people, just their perception of things is very different to they themselves, and there's nothing we can do about that. There was somewhere I was going with that. Oh, that's what I was saying. Sorry, that's what happens when you get distracted. Starting to feel like borderline ADHD. Not really, but anywho, um, I'm not a morning person. This sucks. This is where I tend to record during noon or a little afternoon because then I'm fully awake and then I'm set in. I'm more of a midnight person or a night person, afternoon kind of person. I am not a morning person. I do value mornings when I do wake up because watching this beauty, fog and whatnot. But like, I'm not a morning person. So work with me, y'all. Um, the other thing I wanted to say, moving on from that, I didn't really finish that. I'll re-record when I'm fully awake, speech and everything is together and all that and whatnot. Um, and I'll further on that as far as the moon white circle thing. Um, the other thing I wanted to say is kind of falls into my motivational speaks, um, and that is do not allow another person to project the responsibility to take accountability of their actions on you. Let me say that again. I said that kind of weird, but anyway, do not allow anyone else to project onto you the responsibility to take accountability for their actions that are not your own. That is not your responsibility. You are accountable for your own actions, for you, yourself, and you. No one else. Just like I am accountable for me, myself, and I, my actions, the things that I do, my actions. So these crows are really cracking me up. Anywho, um, that's one of the little motivational speaks. I should further on that, but I'm not a morning person. This is gonna bother me because it's like messing with my video. This really should be a blooper video, and I'm probably gonna make it that. I don't know. Um, I guess y'all get to see on more insight of my goofiness and shenanigans, um, and what I'm like outside of my seriousness, my serious tone. I'm not. Well, you've seen that pretty much because I'm goofy. Um, there's somewhere else I was gonna say. Oh, and other worldly, can't even talk. And otherworldly news. Not really otherworldly, but so Goodwill here lately has been having a lot of good stuff. specifically books. So I'm into this stuff, a lot of this. These are two books that grabbed my attention. Don't even laugh. Don't even laugh. I'm laughing at myself. But anywho, one of the two that I'm gonna show that I found at Goodwill, it was like $2. Good books. Some of this I do know from like my mom and grandmother and them, but like here's one. I don't know if you can see that. Now outside of Goodwill, I'll link down below where you can actually find this book. Like on Amazon and whatnot. But I just happened to find it in Goodwill and I paid $2 for it. Technically $1.80 something, but yeah, this sums up to $2. The other thing I found that I am a brainiac. And I'm a sucker for wordplay, just words in general. I found this. Also, now it is practically brand new. I'm going to show you exactly. It doesn't seem like it's been used. No pages are altered, anything like that. It doesn't even have any markings. None of that. See? And all the pages are still clean, sparkly white and whatnot. No dents, no nothing. Just the book is. And then this, I did leave the sticker on the back of it. Still has a sticker. That's how much I paid for it. I don't know if you can see that. Probably backwards. $1.99 plus tax, $2 or something. Now my sister suggested this book, I believe, if my memory serves me correct. I just happened to find it in there, and it was actually 99 cents, so practically $1. It's called Voodoo, Strange and Fascinating Tales and Lore, edited by John Richard Stevens. See? And I was actually going to order this, I believe. And I wasn't even. It's funny because when I went in Goodwill, I wasn't even looking for books. I actually went in because I could not for the life of me, in all the stores around Palestine, Texas, TMI, I could not find a solid black turtleneck, and I don't even understand why I don't own one. And I needed one right then and there. I ended up having to order them anyway. I'll also link that down below. It's one of the ones that I ordered for someone before. It was the fabric and everything was dope, comfortable and everything, firm and whatnot, everlasting. But I'll link that down below as well. But anywho, anyway, I wasn't even going. I ended up going to Goodwill because if I couldn't find anywhere else, Burke's, Chase. Well, we don't have JCPenney anymore. I didn't even go there. Walmart, Factory. I didn't go to Factory Connection. Wow. Anywho, I went everywhere else but Factory Connection. So I went even to, I don't even know why the dollar store would even sell them, but they've been surprising me here lately. I went to Dollar General, Family Dollar, Walmart, even these old thrift stores. Nothing. Found a lot of nice dress shirts, dope. But excuse me, no no solid black turtlenecks. I did find other yeah, can't even talk, other turtlenecks, but I did not find a solid black turtleneck. Anywho, so I went to Goodwill hoping to find one, found everything else but that. And some kind of way I found myself, you know how when you go in the store you end up looking for something in specific, and if you don't have a list, you tend to venture off and admire, pick up that whole 9 yards of that. So I ended up in the book aisle. They had a lot of nice books. These are the three that I settled. Well, not three, but these are the three that I showed y'all. But these are three out of the 9 books that I got that I settled for, and the price on them. There was another one. I found Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, I believe is what it's called. The movie was just made. There's a movie just made of this book. Anywho, I found that book in there, and it was just $4, and I thought that was pretty cool. Probably should have showed y'all that one. I'll also link that down below. It's not one of the books that I showed here. But anywho, you'd be surprised. A lot of people tend to Like my brother is one of those people that if it's not brand spanking new and it's below the price of what they deem as brand new, they're not going to want it. They're going to feel like it's used, it's tore up, raggedy, and all of that. I'm the type of person, I'm going to find something valuable but affordable within my budget that I've given myself, within my finances. Because why would I, if I, even if I have the money to do so, which I did, why would I spend more than I make on something that I can get that same thing for a different price or a more affordable price? Even if it was used by someone else once before, if it's still brand new and still valuable, there's no scratches, none of that, and it's been well taken care of, I'm going to get it. So, um, these books that I showed you, as you can see, they pretty much practically look brand new. The Webster dictionary book, college dictionary book, has it looks pretty much like it was bought out of the store. It's clean and everything. No markings, no tears, none of that. In fact, some of the pages I had to like flip through because they still had that new smell. Who knows? But even this essentials oil book, the pages are still clean, they're white and everything, and no torn pages, no markings, none of that. So, in fact, when I was talking to the lady, she was like, you're like the 20th person that's coming here. Maybe that's an open exaggeration on her half. I don't know. But she said, here lately, aside from everything else, in Goodwill here, a lot of people have been coming in and buying the books. She said one lady spent a good almost $200 on nothing but books, and apparently they're good books. So, um, not to recommend. Well, I'm going to recommend, but like, if you are one that loves this, you love reading and you're an avid reader. Funny how this video took a turn. You start out a topic, you tend to find your topic. But anywho, I guess today's topic is going to be looking for affordable things. Anywho, you tend to find what you're looking for in other places. Um, I am one of those people that I believe in shopping affordable for valuable things. A lot of my valuable things and merchandise and furniture and stuff that I've paid for has been in like thrift stores, stores, or just given to me from just merely out of helping people, and they gave me things out of reward and whatnot for helping them move or just doing whatever. Um, and then just a lot of my stuff, like specifically like with the getting stuff from pawn shops. Um, I will say, make sure you know the pawn shop and make sure you know how they run their business and how they do things in whatever specific pawn shop that you go to. Mine is First Cash here in Dallaston, Texas. Um, we do have two. Actually, there was other one. It was actually another pawn shop, but they got bought out by First Cash. But I prefer to go to First Cash over here on. I'll correct edit probably here. The street name because I can't think of it off the top of my head. I know it. Um, but anywho, um, I have a lot of good business with them, and I keep my man of my word. So I built a good customer business relationship with them as same everywhere I go. So that tends to work in my favor. Um, but a lot of my flat screens, my game systems and whatnot, arcade systems, just things like that. Um, I've that is going to bother me. I'll edit it here as far as the address. It's really going to bother me. Anywho, um, I've paid for affordable price for them. Um, at the time that the PF5s, PS5s were selling for like 1,000 and whatnot. I didn't pay that much for mine. Um, I paid a lot less than that. Probably half than that. I gotta look at my receipts because I keep all of that. My Xbox One and everything. The price that I paid that I would have paid in the store, I didn't pay that much. And then the systems themselves, I inspect them and look at them before I buy them and make sure they're up to par and everything like that. So that's another thing. But I like my brother, just to give an example of This is a way of thinking, not to put him out there. I'm not going to say his name or which one. Um, he he will not go anywhere, pay for anything if it's not expensive that he deems brand new. He's the type of person, he has to have it be the first owner, if that makes sense. I don't even know if that's entirely his situation, but it has to be brand spanking new. PS5. He was willing to pay 1,000 and something. I think this one they were selling for, it was 1,000 and something. Practically a damn down payment on a car. Excuse my language. He was willing to pay that, then paying. I think it was like I found one. Um, it's like four something. It was 475, and you could have the choice of putting it in layaway for I think it's 10% down, and you pay it out anything I believe over two. Is it a two or I believe it's two. Might be 100, but I think it's two. You get 6 months or 6 months out, 6 months plus, a little over 6 months to pay it, um, pay it off. And he gets paid every week. He works a good paying job. His checks, if he's still the same, a little over 700 somewhere in there every week. Um, but anywho, he did not want to pay for something for one that pretty much was this one that I found was brand new. The person had bought it and for whatever reason put it in pawn, like after they opened it and whatnot, and I don't know the circumstances or whatnot, but they sold it with the box and everything, receipts and everything, pawned it, lost it, didn't come back for it, and they lost it, and it was out for sale. And I was like, oh, that's a steal. I inspected it and everything. And he did. I called him and let him know because he was looking for one. We were talking about it, and he did not. I didn't tell him the details of that. I just told him it was pretty much brand new, and he was like thought of it coming from a pawn shop and everything, which I kind of get it, but like he did not. He did not want to pay 450 for it. Anything less than that, he was like anything less than what it's actually supposed to be. He feels like there's something wrong with it. He feels like it's not brand new or whatnot. I was like, technically no one has to know it's brand new. I'm pretty sure they're not looking at that. They're looking at whether you have it or not. If that's what you want, if stunning on people is your game, that's technically I feel like what they're looking at. As long as it looks brand new and everything, like and you have it, and you have the games and stuff to back it up. Because PS5, those of y'all that know, us gamers, PS5 games are not cheap. Whatever your version of what you deem, whatever, can't even talk, whatever you deem is your cheap, or your version of cheap, you know, those of us of common society, and I say common society meaning, never mind. Anywho, they ain't cheap. A game themselves, one game, a PS5 game is almost $60. Let me tell you that now. That in itself, to me, is like groceries. So if I can find that same game brand new for like 10, 15, $25, a fraction of the price, the original price, let me tell you, I'm going for that. Especially if it's worth it, I'm going for it. So I've been trying to get my brothers and whatnot to get on the bandwagon and understand that. And they always ask me how the hell the amount of stuff that I have and the type of things that I have, merchandise wise, if you were to come in my place of living, you're like, how the hell? You would honestly, a lot of people tend to think I have a lot of like money, an endless amount of money, which I don't. I just know how to shop and live, I guess, to a certain degree, and budget. I do know how to budget and manage. If money is tight, I do know how to manage and survive and whatnot. That's just it's how I, so to speak, kind of sort of how I was raised. I kind of had to learn on my own and teach myself, but like I just know how to budget and shop for things. And what I'm trying to get them to understand is you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for something that you want. You can pay. I know that lady, but anyway, it's a lady going somewhere. Anywho, you can pay your price, affordable price, for that same thing, whatever it may be. In this case, he wanted the PS5. I found one that was practically brand new that he just didn't want to pay $450 for. He wanted to pay $1,000, damn near $1,500 for something, and still didn't get one. Still couldn't find one. So I'm like, okay, kudos. But just not some like I paid. No, I'm thinking I'm getting get confused with something else. Anywho, um, I have a whole gamers room in my house. I have a air hockey table. I TMI, but I have an air hockey table, a Pac-Man arcade machine, a NBA arcade machine. Of course, I have my PS5, my Xbox One, my PS4. Um, I do want a Wii just for Pac-Man. I haven't. For some reason, I've always held off on getting that. Um, there is a smart TV that hangs on the wall. There is a I might trade the couch out of there. I don't know yet. There's two bikes for some reason that I have sitting in there. There's a bike that's three wheeled. It's a big blue bike that has a big beautiful basket on the back of it. Um, and they're both old school styled. Um, there's something else in there. There's a lot that's in that one room, but just like things like that, I didn't even. If you look at the room itself and everything that's in it, you'd swear up and down I paid over 3,000 for everything that's in that room. The value, I guess, but that's not how much I paid. The most I can tell you, everything in that room, I paid at least maybe a little over 900 just for everything that's in that room. And that's just man. This is I can go on and on, but like, and I can even list websites where you can go to find name brand shoes and everything. I'm just one of those people. That's just how I was raised. I was raised on my dad's side and my stepmom. Well, I don't really like saying stepmom, but on my dad's side, my H Town family is what I tend to call them. Um, as far as that side of my family, um, when it comes to budgeting and finances and whatnot, I was raised to think smart about your money and how you spend your money and how to live live fancy. I'm gonna call it fancy. How to live fancy but affordably. So, um, oh, and how to shop basically for $1 million. I'm gonna call it $1 billion mindset for a little or nothing. So, um, the only okay. I just thought about this. One of the celebrities that I am admiring, that I've been admiring here lately, is for this, as far as like being real and just talking about budgeting and how you spend your money and whatnot, and shopping is Cardi B. And I'm glad that she has spoken upon when you get rich and whatnot, or you level up, or how you want to say it. Excuse me. You don't spend just because you have the money doesn't mean you have to spend it. So, um, y'all take heed to what she's saying as well on that because this is real shit. Excuse my language. Now I know this video was sort of all over the place. I did end up having somewhat of a direction. I'll get better with that. Also, I do want to keep throwing out that I'm not a morning person. I'm working on that, working on this and whatnot, but and focusing on the camera. So I think that's pretty much it. Um, I'm a goofy person. Just a little tidbit about me. I'm very goofy. Um, very smart, intellect and everything. Um, and emotionally intelligent. I've gotten sleepy. Wow. Anywho, um, another reason I keep looking off is as I said, I admire the fog and just the beauty of nature and whatnot, and just rainy day, gloomy days. So I'm kind of talking and doing this video and admiring the outside, what's going on outside of my car. Um, But yeah, there was somewhere else I was going with this. This is the way I was gonna end this. I've gotten sleepy just that quick. Oh yeah. Wow. Wake up. So I'm a goofy person. I'm a fun spirit. I'm also a responsible spirit. And I felt the need to say that because that has been mistaken by my coworkers a lot. Um, until they mess around and find out. Um, I have many talents. As far as art, I am very versatile. Um, music, drawing. Um, haven't really gotten into painting, but I'm pretty sure I would master it. Everything that I tend to put forth the effort in learning or have a passion for, I am I become very great at it. Um, because I believe I can. Anything is possible. The very word itself says I'm possible, as you know, Arbery has said. Um, anywho, I'm a philosopher. This guy I am. um, there was somewhere else I was gonna go with that, but I'll reveal more. I've gotten sleepy just that quick. Um, I guess I'm going to end that for right now because this video is really too long. And I'm pretty sure I spent 30 minutes talking about probably stuff that was informational, but really just all over the place. I got to start doing punch my little bulletins as to my topics, conversations, and whatnot. Oh, okay. So at the end of all my videos, I'm actually, as my thing, I was going to add missing posters of missing persons and whatnot, and just a "Have you seen these people?" kind of thing, and also other things, prayer and whatnot. At the beginning, or not the beginning for the missing persons, but at the end of each one of my videos, as a thing of, you know, if y'all people that watch my videos, if you've seen these people wherever you are, call that number. Um, just anything that I could do to help, little things like that. My first two vlogs on this channel, I have not done it, and it dawned on me after I went back and watched my video, or videos. The second one I haven't really uploaded yet because, like this one, it kind of was sort of all over the place. That one was really all over the place. I believe so. Anywho, yeah, that's pretty much it. There was something else, but I gotta wake up and I gotta get myself together because I really should have waited to record this video. Um, Anywho, I'll think of it later. Until then, love y'all. Y'all stay safe, be safe, keep safe. Temporary Deucer. Till next time.